Hey everyone, we are in Powell for an unexpected gem of a park. It's called the Angora Frog Farm. If you're not familiar with Powell, it's North Knoxville. You just take I-75 all the way up to the Callahan Road exit or the Emory Road exit, and then just get off there and head toward Powell High School, and you'll find this little gym. As you'll see, they have cool sort of like information about the little area, and there's also like a narrative that goes along with it, which is actually pretty cool for kids. You can actually read out loud to them as you go through the park. And I think this is really underrated, especially for the area. I mean, when I say area, I mean like Knoxville in general. It's just really cool. Things you don't see very often. So the first one says, say hello to Arvin. Arvin is an Angora frog. I'm going to try to... I'm having a hard time with the camera. Arvin is an Angora frog. Angora frogs are just like regular frogs, but with a bit more style. Angora frogs are also unusually rare. Arvin is searching for others, but he thinks he could be the only one. It might just be his lucky day. Looks like somebody's hit the sign here. But, you know, it's fine. So here's the next sign, sign number 2. They're each individually numbered here. So you can see, ta-da, just like that, Arvin runs into a quartet of top-notch croakers. Croaking is singing for frogs, in case you didn't know. OMG, four fuzzy just like me. Fuzzy frogs, that is. Arvin, being a true lover of music, starts croaking with his favorite froggy tune. The quartet joins in and it sounds frogtastic. Close up of some of the stuff. But before you go looking for them, won't you please croak with us? There's plenty more of us on the other side of the creek. So yeah, there actually is a creek here, and your kids can play in it, which is nice. There's also a good-sized dog park. I would say above average, heavily wooded. It's nice. So as the story said, there are these little musical instruments around here. Your kid can hit them with little hammers that they're provided. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Let's see what this one says. It's number 3. Namaste. Arvin has stumbled upon Lenny's meditation sanctuary, but Lenny seems discouraged. She's been searching for true enlightenment, but she can't seem to get there. Arvin has an idea. He sits next to her. They both close their eyes together. Looks like 2 frogs are better than one. Arvin stands up quietly and tiptoes away. Lenny's moment of zen must not be disturbed. Yeah, there's a little cute map of the park. You never really are off course here, but there is a defined way that the story is meant to be seen. So yeah, welcome to the Angora Frog Farm, which butts up against Crown College. Let's see. Whee! Hardy whizzes down a slide, flies through the air, and lands right next to Arvin. He just built the perfect playground and needs a pal to test it out. I know. I'm definitely not gonna barf. Oh. This is so fun. I know, I'm definitely not gonna barf. That was a blast. If the other frogs like Hardy's playground as much as Arvin does, then it's sure to be the most popular spot in the woods. It says to give Hardy's playground a spin, and there are actually these cool little lightning bug and beetle little rides, little springy rides, and these are really well installed, I noticed, because usually these come out of the ground and get kids hurt, which is not very fun. And they also have these little rotating like seats that I call vertigo simulators. Okay, yeah. If I do that too much, I will definitely hurt myself. I might have actually just hurt myself. I got a little back pain. Okay. Just some more. Another view of the dog park, if you're so interested. Arvin hears a sound so melodious he can't help but tap his feet. He peeks through the pines to see what it might be and spies Sabra thumping out a new tune on her xylophone. The music draws him. Wow, you must really like this song. I like it, I love it. Sabra smiles as Arvin twirls, taps, and shakes his little froggy booty. He loves to play for an audience, especially when they have such sweet moves. And you have these little musical instruments. And this one's like a little caterpillar, which is really pretty cute. Oh, hold on. Yeah, like that. What do you think? Should I become Blippi? Should I just be Blippi? I don't know. I think the guy who played Blippi retired or something, so that's what I would do. I feel like I've already got enough corporate experience so people wouldn't would still hire me even though I was Blippi. As long as I wasn't the original Blippi, it should be fine. I don't know if you can see it from here. I'll go up high a little bit. There's a swamp. And, this isn't always a swamp. It's just, we've had a lot of rain recently. But you can definitely hear all the frogs, the spring peepers, as we call them. Oh. Yeah, okay, so someone actually broke this since I was last here, which is really sad. Edgar is sitting all alone on a strange contraption. It's his patented security seesaw. It makes a loud bing bang boom each time it hits the ground. The problem is it won't work with just one frog. And so this is a seesaw, essentially. Good thing Arvin showed up. Together they were able to make a wonderful explosion of sound so loud that any skunk, snake, or frog munching swamp mustard is sure to stay away. This is brilliant and so loud. Yeah. If you want to hire me for your voiceover, especially for cartoons, please reach out. It's right next to a pretty busy road, but if you're here in summer, it's not that bad, especially on a weekday. Right now it's early spring, so everyone is on spring break. And there is Crown College right there. Rumble. Arvin's tummy sounds like a locomotive. Good thing Willie's close by and ready to whip up some something yummy. He loves trying out new recipes on unsuspecting strangers with loud bellies. How about them teeny weeny mosquito paninis? I'll take 3. Is that his voice? I'll take 3. Delicious. Arvin is refueled and ready to keep walking. Willie gives him a big grin and an even bigger doggy bag. He just can't wait. He can't bear the thought of hearing that belly rumble ever again. It's just like a little cafe, like table thing for your kids to play on. So, if you haven't watched any of my other videos, I am dyslexic. So, some of my poor reading comes down to being a little anxious on camera, and the other part of it is that I'm just stupid. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just a little dyslexic. So reading out loud is a little bit harder for me than normal people. And when I say normal people, I mean neurotypical people. Or people who don't have dyslexia. Here we have a pretty cool little slide with like a ladder to get up. Little kids may have trouble with this, but you can still guide them up. I think if your kid is 5 or 6, like, this is pretty cool, honestly. This is kind of how old playground equipment used to be designed, with like wood, and I think this is wood. I think this is composite, but still, it's just like, there's no like big ramp, there's no climbing wall, it's just some metal ladder. Rising high into the trees, Arvin spots a colossal tower. On top of the tower, Eula May spots Arvin and asks if he'll join her for a bit. She gets lonely up there, all alone. Arvin hops up and takes his post at the telescope. The hawk flies as fast as his wings will take him. Eula may breathe a sigh of relief. The treetops are safe again, thanks to Arvin's eagle eye. There's a lot of natural honeysuckle through here, so I'm sure it smells great in the summer. There's a tree that's been marked. Some wrens. I feel like nature is really close in the back part of these woods, especially when you're here by yourself. It's pretty nice, actually. Uh-oh, Bear and Isabella kicked their ball too far, and the only way to get it is to cross the wobbliest bridge in the forest. Good thing Arvin is so sure-footed. Arvin, oh wait, I need to read the bubbles too. Be careful, mister. I got it, kids. Arvin returns proudly, holding the ball high above his head. Now the game can go on. Can you cross the wobbly bridge as easily as Arvin? And so there's essentially like a chain-based rope bridge. It's pretty fun. My 2.5-year-old did it by himself. I don't know if other kids could do that. He's rather large for his age. Arvin has met so many fun and kind frogs today. What a thrill it is to know he's not alone. He decides to stop here and reflect on how it feels to build community. And there's a swing. It's a pretty cool swing. It looks like I don't know why, but there's these big like chunks taken out of it, and my headcanon, these big chunks taken out, see? And my headcanon is that raccoons swing on this every night, or they sleep there or something. Although it's probably not. Probably teenagers or something. Right now we're really close to Temple Temple School. Is that what it's called? And Powell High School and Broadacres. Not too far from the interstate, but far enough to where you can't hear the interstate, which is nice. There are some cars passing, of course, especially in that one little area where I mentioned the traffic. That's a little bit annoying, but here, I mean, for most of this, it just feels like you're in nature fully. I mean, I don't know. And maybe it would be different on a different day, but anytime I've been here, it's been very nice. Oh no, the tadpoles are, oh my gosh. Oh no, the tadpoles are going wild and their teacher Horace is slipping out. If you can't get them back to class soon, there will be some angry Angora froggy moms and dads. What a mess. Don't worry, I'll give you a hand. Thanks, a mighty kind of you. Is that a Tennessee accent? I don't know, I feel like it's pretty Texan. Splish splashing together, they guide the little tadpoles right back to their seats. Now they can get back to learning, little tadpoles. And then there's a little splash pit for your kids. I'm still getting used to this camera. There's a little splash pit for your kids. I'm just gonna leave the camera going for a second and just frame it up and then just come back to you for a few minutes. Help, help! Arvin got here in the nick of time. It looks like Maxwell is stuck in a huge spider web. Sometimes those juicy bugs look like an all-you-can-eat buffet. Maxwell's belly gets him into all sorts of trouble. Hold on, buddy, I got you. My hero! With a mighty leap, Arvin pulls Maxwell from the sticky strands. They fly through the air and land on the soft forest floor. Phew, that was close. Now I got this little like spider web looking thing. My son was 2.5 and he loved this. Again, he's a little big for 2.5, so yeah, there are other options here, but I like the little spider web. I like the little climbing net thing. It's very fun, pretty safe, good like soft mulch. Whoa. I think that was the baseball game, because basically there was like a big bass riff that went through all of the woods. It was very loud. As Arvin is just about to leave, he notices all the friendly frogs he's met gathered together at the end of the trail. It looks like they're building something. He stops to say one last goodbye. It was great meeting you all, but I suppose I'd better be getting home. You've been so kind to help us today. We'd love for you to stay. We thought we'd build you a home right here. Arvin's eyes light up. He cracks a big smile and leaps for joy. A new home? A bunch of froggy friends? This sounds like a dream come true. And so you can pretend to build the home, or if your kid wants, they can also pretend to serve food here, or make house, or just live like Link would do in the forest. There's a plaque that got removed. Hopefully whoever bought that plaque isn't mad. Yeah, it's really early spring here, so it's like there's pretty much no foliage. There's like redbud trees and some honeysuckle coming out, but it's usually a lot more foresty through here. Probably less sunlight, so it's probably a great place to come in August. It's getting really busy here right now, so I'm just going to sign off. Have a great day, y'all.